it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Good morning, CSA. Woo! That's good. God has been better than good. You know? Recently, I officiated at a wedding. One of my colleagues, woman that I work with, asked me to perform the wedding. So I was out east of Sacramento at a country club. Now, a rehearsal was planned to precede the wedding. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I know the bride, so I was in the hen den with all the wedding party. Hen den, okay? So I'm in there, and so I observe people because, by the way, if you're ever around me, you will be an illustration up here. Okay, you just have to understand it's public domain when you do stuff in front of me. And so the thing is that I was fascinated that every woman I saw, no matter what age, was barefoot and all complaining that their feet hurt. Now, there were all kinds of justification. I only wear rubber shoes. I guess that's Crocs. I only wear flip-flops. I only wear athletic shoes. But everyone had an excuse. Therefore, every woman within the room had a formal gown on and barefooted. There's just nothing like it, right? But soon as it was time for pictures, they all put those shoes on that hurt their feet and went out to take pictures. Hurt feet and all. And in fact, a few of them mentioned that every time they go to a wedding and every time they put on heels, their feet hurt. So in other words, they keep doing the same thing every time. Why do we keep doing the same thing when it is not working for us? Are we afraid to admit it? Do we just do it for beauty? Really, in all honesty, I couldn't see their feet up under their dresses anyway. They could have been barefooted in the wedding for all I know. Actually, I think a couple of them were. But this is what was expected. Do we do it because it's expected? If you are in the wedding party, is it true that you just must suffer? That's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. Because you have to wear a dress that you would never buy for yourself. And you have to wear shoes that hurt your feet. Maybe that's the rule. But who in this room has worn shoes to hurt their feet because they were fine shoes? I have. So I am using the book, Every Saint Has a Past, Every Sinner Has a Future, by Terry Cole Whitaker. She gives these 7 rules that are designed to push our life forward into the future. But I want to focus on one point that she makes, and that is, do what works and stop doing what doesn't work. Could it get any simpler than that? Now, I'm not going to leave the guys out. No, you're not out of here free. So this is Thanksgiving weekend. And I worked in a hospital for more years than I care to think about, really. That's none of your business. And so, every year during Thanksgiving, what happens is, it happens to my staff and the physicians, that their kid who just went to college comes home for the first time during Thanksgiving, and the father decides to go out and play football. And every time, they end up in the emergency room. So I know that I'm going to have 6 weeks without that surgeon working, or 6 weeks without my staff member. Why do we keep doing things that don't work for us? Is it that the father's trying to be the alpha male? I love confession. Is it the father trying to show that they can still hang with their children? They really can't, but maybe they're trying to do that. There's always ends up being a broken body part, though. And the thing is that the next year, somebody that they all know will do the same thing and the next person will get hurt. You know, so we all have this knowledge, and the father in this situation has had this knowledge for probably at least 18 years. And it's been 18 years since they played football, yet they decide to go out and try to play football. Without stretching. Not recognizing that by this time they have added a beer belly, and when they get out of the SUV, they slide out. I am not shaming. I'm just describing to you what I see. That's all I see. So do you feel old? Do they feel old because your child is new in college and you have to prove something? Maybe you just need to prove that you can still hang with your kids. The thing, though, is your kids are hanging with you in the emergency room. That's really what happens. So the thing is that after it all, you have to understand what doesn't work for you. You just have to let it go. We let go. Our spiritual principle this morning says we let go things, let go of the things that are behind us and reach out for those things that are ahead of us. That we put our entire objective toward the future. There's nothing we can do without the past, but we can make our beautiful, beautiful, and wonderful future. The story in this situation, though, the metaphor is about running, of course, and running a race. And everyone who runs a race runs to win, even though they know only one person is going to win the race. Now, you learn from practice that there are things you are good at, and there are things that are an opportunity for improvement. That's what we say being nice. You know, but you learn from your practice what you need to do. But the metaphor says about winning the race. But everyone who enters the race approaches it as if they're going to win, based on the acquired knowledge they have from their practice. Only one person is gonna win, though. But you train and you run like the winner will be you. Now, you may know that there are other people in the race and they have better skills than you, but you don't worry about that. When you get out there, you run and you try to win. Everyone will eventually reach the same goal. However, everybody wants to be in front of the others. So the metaphor isn't about winning, though. The metaphor is about the consciousness of running. How do you live your life? Your life, the best that you can live it, based on who and what you are and what you can do. The runner approaches the race as if they're going to finish first, but it's really the running that makes the difference, not the winning. We are only required in life to do our best. That is all that each one of us can do. I cannot do it better than I am. The spiritual life is about a journey. It is not about a destination. Winning is a destination. Running is the journey. It's all a description of consciousness. Can we do our best even when someone else is going to win? Are you doing what works, and have you stopped doing what doesn't work? But my question this morning is this: are you living your best life now? Are you living your best life now? Now, we believe that infinite possibilities, and God is the cause. And so every day that you breathe, that you're awake and you're alive in the world, there is possibility that can come forward. So the possibilities are there. But are you living fully the best life that you can live at this particular point in your life? Your best life is not a destination. It is the journey. It is a recognition that I am living my best life at every point in my life. And as my life continues to unfold or be revealed, it can be the best life at each step going forward. So I ask, is this the best you got? That's my question when I really want to cut somebody at work. This is the best you got? Is your life the best you got? Are you experiencing the spiritual and material abundance that you seek? If not, there's opportunity. The book title says, every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. Wherever you find yourself on that continuum. Now, I have learned that sinners are just people who recognize the fact that they're human. I think that's just it. And a sinner is one who has missed the mark. There's no supernatural outcast because you do something wrong. Just don't do it again. And don't practice doing it if it's not working for you. It just means missing the mark. That's all. See, I don't see evil as being supernatural. I really don't. I think it is all about decisions and responsibility. Nothing is outside of our control in how we think about our life and our behavior. We have the responsibility and the power to do the right thing, even when we won't win the race. See, I don't believe the devil made you do it. I don't. Now, people that tell me that the devil made them do it will never agree with me when I say, oh, you're possessed by the devil. And they say, no, I'm not possessed by the devil. I said, well, then how did the devil make the decision for you? So is the devil in control of your mind? No, they put the thought in my mind. Oh, so the devil has control over your mind to put thoughts in your mind. Wow. You know? Now, Augustine came up with this issue of original sin and inherited sin. And the thing about that is, I'm adopted. So which sin did I get? Did I get my bio parents or my adopted parents? Maybe I got a double dose. Maybe that's my problem. What I find fascinating is the same person that says the devil made them do it will not agree that they are possessed by the devil. So how did the devil make you do it, right? See, the question in all of our life is, are we going to blame or take responsibility? That's all it's about. And it is far scarier for me to think of the devil making my decisions than it is for me to just take responsibility for my actions. See, if you don't have anybody to blame and no one to cast the problem off to, maybe you would make different decisions. Maybe if you were in government, you would make different decisions. Maybe in your job place, you would make different decisions if you didn't have someone else to blame. What I believe we learned from saints is that they were just very good sinners. So I was taught never to give up, no matter what it was. And to this day, I get this look in my eye, which means I don't care how long it takes, I am not going to let it go. But fortunately, one day, I heard the principle that you can let it go. You don't have to work and achieve something if it's not working for you. It's not working for you. Why do we spend more time working against ourselves than putting the effort into working for ourselves? It was a significant relief for me. Although I revert at times, God knows don't have something wrong with your computer. I just become the help desk, I can't let it go. That and the fact that I think most help desks are the helpless desk. But so I had to learn myself. So Terry gives these 7 steps that toward material and spiritual abundance. But I am going to focus on only one. And the one that I'm going to focus on is do what works and what doesn't work. Let it go. Let it go. Learn from your past, learn from what you have, but you have to ask yourself and reflect, am I going in the direction that I should be running? Am I running, regardless to whether or not I'm going to win, am I running in the direction that I want to go to? Because if you don't, The law of attraction will be working to you, just drawing to you exactly what you don't want. It's our decision. The same experience over and over again. In other words, just hit head here. Now, of these 7 steps, again, I only want to talk about do what works and leave and stop doing what doesn't work. So, because we are still here, I know that the infinite possibilities have not all been realized. That we should live with expectation. That is the one thing I feel every time I'm here. That there is this expectation that there is always just something, the life force is just moving and I go, what's next? What's next? And every day, something good. So holding on to the past is like accelerating and putting your other foot on the brake. Think about it. You're trying to accelerate in one direction, but you put your foot on the brake. Now, Terry gives 10 laws that are necessary that I said to move from the past of the things that are not working for you to a future that is working for you. She says that we must let go of the past and embrace the future with passion and understanding, because we all have habits that are so hard to break. And many of our habits have been built up. We got them from our parents and we pick them up and we perpetuate them, and they're hard to change. But you can change if you focus more on your future than you do on your past. Now, the 10 laws are the laws of desire, abundance, acceptance, good fortune, tithing, exchange, love, communication, appreciation, and investing. All of this is to say you have to have a plan for your future. You must have a vision of the possibilities becoming realized in your life. If you don't, you will have your foot on the brake when you're trying to accelerate. So, I know very talented people. And the one thing that she says that I think is so important is the law of appreciation. Something we just don't do, right? What does everybody resent when someone dies? Oh, they didn't know how much I loved them. Oh, they didn't know how much I didn't like them. Whatever, right? That we have this regret. But do you recognize all of the people that you appreciate today? Our appreciation and the law of appreciation in our life cannot be just between me and Divine Spirit. Divine Spirit operates through each one of you. And so therefore, we have to appreciate one another if we want a consciousness that is prosperous. To live a life of gratitude, we must appreciate other people. Remember, we do it first. Thank you. And it returns back. So who you work with, who you live with, who you share your life with, it is important that they understand that you appreciate them. Now, you may not want to appreciate everything they do. I get it. But make sure you highlight the behavior that you would like to see again. It's pretty important that you do it. These laws direct us from the past to embrace and to run the race going forward, to let go by replacing the thoughts of the past with the failure and living in the city of scarcity, the city of scarcity, and moving to the city of abundance. We move from the past by focusing on the future. You don't have to fight with the past. You don't have to resent the past. You don't have to dislike the past. Just put more emphasis on the future. Get your foot off the brake. To press toward all of the goodness and the possibility in your life, you must figure out what you need to let go. And what you need to let go is the stuff that ain't working for you. That's free therapy right there. If it's not working, do not get so committed that you're not going to let it go when it's not working for you. And here is the good news. Even if you have wasted your life up until now, if you feel that way, and no one has, but if you feel that way, this very moment is the beginning of the rest of your life. What direction will you take going forward? And what you should let go ain't working for you. And so it is.